So I don't chase bolos anymore, and this is why. And it's probably going to blow your mind because you've probably chased bolos, which is beyond the lookout for items. They typically sell for a lot more expensive than normal items. And you're probably wondering, well, why don't you chase those anymore? Why don't you go look for those anymore? And I'm going to tell you. Hey, it's Shane the Rise and Grind Picker, and welcome back to another episode, or another video, not really episode. And I'm in my eBay warehouse, and today we're going to talk about a really pressing subject. But I just want to remind you before the video goes on to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, because if you do like this content, we put out lots of different content, but if you do like this content, we're going to also put more content out as well. All right, so I'm going to tell you why I don't really chase bolos anymore, and this might surprise you, but I pretty much have kind of stopped selling on Amazon, and I'm only doing eBay. And I had the best advice I'd probably have ever been given. That advice was by Chris Daily Refinement on YouTube. And what he told me was, he said, like, I wasn't struggling on Amazon. I was doing great on Amazon. But the main part is I chased bolos and I didn't waste all my time. I took all my time and went all the way across the country chasing all these bolos everywhere, all over the country. So I messaged Chris one day and I said, man, I'm getting really sick of traveling. Me and Chris talk quite a bit. And I said, I'm getting really sick of traveling. And it's really wearing on me. And he said, listen, man, you're chasing too many bolos. The maximum amount you can make on chasing bolos is like 100,000, maybe a little more, give or take, but it's like 100 grand. And I'm like, what? And it really just blew my mind. So I started looking at my finances after Chris told me that, and he was right. I was making about 100 grand a year, and that's about all I was making. I took all my time driving clear across the country, everywhere I could go, doing retail arbitrage stuff. And I didn't really understand, wow, I'm gone from my family. I'm gone doing all this stuff. And I thought to myself, Chris always told me that eBay is compounding. And, you know, he's working with Tech and Sports, who's a ginormous seller, like the biggest pre-owned clothing reseller on eBay. And this is kind of what they both said. And I started watching more of their podcast and realized, like, wow, as an entrepreneur, I didn't see this. Okay, as an entrepreneur, I realized bolos are not compounding. They're one time. But listing, so, you know, listing every day is compounding. So I come into the office and I try to list so many items every day. And I have inventory I order in, I go thrifting, I pay people to go thrifting for me. And this is how I do it. I don't do a lot of thrifting myself because I don't have time. So I started kind of making connections with people to actually go find it for me. Because if I list, the more I list, the more I'm going to sell. But if I go out and source, then all my time is spent sourcing, not listing. So I want to show you something real quick. The thing I want to show you is how I'm doing things. And I'm going to show you this, all right? Yes, I'm in sweatpants, and it's been like a crazy day because I've been listing and I've been doing all this stuff. This right here is one thing that we bought from a connection, and it's a storage unit buyer. This is only like 1% of it because my van is completely full and I haven't brought it all in here yet. So what I'm going to do is, you know, I paid X amount for this. In this case, I paid $1,200 for the whole deal, and I still have all this stuff to bring in. So I'm just going to sort it and go through it as I bring it in. So this whole pile will get sorted, and I'm going to look for like a tag, size tag. And if I can't find the brand tag or the size tag like this, looks like it's just unbranded, it's going to go in a pile, and it's going to get probably thrown in the dumpster. Socks, I don't list socks. Either donated or thrown in the dumpster, but probably thrown in the dumpster. Because it's just dirty socks. So, but when I go through all these, I'm literally going to, after I list my 30 to 40 items today, my minimum amount is 30 items I have to list, then I'm going to sit here and go through stuff to list tomorrow. And I'm still going to list bathing suits because here's why. Bathing suits, I don't do seasonal stuff. I just list it. If it's listed, it'll eventually sell. So I got about 4,000 items in my store, and this is kind of how I run things. All right, so this is Faded Glory. Faded Glory doesn't really sell much, but honestly, it's new with tags. So I'm probably just going to list it for like $13.99. And then I would put it over here in a pile, or I would get a plastic cart and put it all in a plastic cart. So then I know when I come in tomorrow, that's the stuff I have to list. And I will pick out, you know, I will make sure I pick out 30 to 40 items that I'm going to try to make sure they don't have flaws on them. I'm going to try to make sure they have sizes on them, no stains, and they're going to get in the listed pile. That's a pair of Wrangler jeans. They're camo 42 waist and men's. This here, I don't know what I'm going to list it. I haven't looked up comps, but they being Wranglers, camo, like chino pants, probably at least 25 bucks or more. So those will go in a pile to list. So I'm just going to literally make a pile for tomorrow. And then I'm going to list it all and take pictures. All right, Aubrey, this is my daughter. So, hey, you're here like all the time, right? After school with Daddy?
Yeah.
What do you think I do here?
Well, but you work and then you still sell stuff online, and yeah.
That's right. Good job. This is what I can say about selling online. The most important thing is you are going to have to put in long days, okay? There's going to be long days. There's going to be times where you're overwhelmed. But here's the thing. You have to start at your own pace. Now, what I can tell you about chasing bolos versus actually listing every day is when I used to chase bolos, I was on the road constantly traveling, but it wasn't compounding. Like, I had to find the next bolo. Like, I sold $540,000, $545,000 on Amazon literally a year and a half ago. And the thing is with that, okay, you have to understand is I was traveling and it wasn't compounding. I was looking for the next bolo every single time. I had to, or I literally wouldn't make any money. But with eBay, you don't have to do that. You go source or you have people source for you. And if you sit down and list every day 5 items or 10 items, then you are literally going to be successful. So anyway, thanks for watching and I appreciate it. And I think that we're going to do another video probably on Amazon about how I got and why I got away from doing Amazon and more to eBay and more to selling clothing on eBay. Yes, I almost just fell over right there because I spun too much. So anyways, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.